Welcome back to BMB Spoilers channel. Today we will learn about the latest developments in the world of the bold and the beautiful, where emotions run high and rivalries intensify. Let's dive into the drama that's unfolding in Los Angeles. A rivalry ignites, Luna and Electra's confrontation. The tension between Luna Nozawa and Electra Forrester has reached a boiling point, culminating in a physical altercation that could have far-reaching consequences. Electra, feeling threatened by Luna's growing closeness to Will Spencer, decided to take matters into her own hands. In a shocking turn of events, Electra tracked down Luna and delivered a stern warning. However, Luna's reaction was far from what Electra had anticipated. Instead of cowering in fear, Luna stood her ground, her eyes blazing with determination. This unexpected response seemed to throw Electra off balance, leading her to escalate the situation. The shove that changed everything. In a moment of frustration, Electra crossed a line by physically shoving Luna. This action, while seemingly minor, could prove to be a pivotal moment in their rivalry. Luna, who has previously shown her distaste for unwanted physical contact during a confrontation with her mother Poppy, was visibly enraged by Electra's actions. The fire in Luna's eyes spoke volumes, and it became clear that Electra's attempt at intimidation had backfired spectacularly. Instead of deterring Luna, this aggressive move only served to fuel her resolve to pursue Will and potentially seek revenge against Electra. A battle of wills. As the dust settled from their heated exchange, both women found themselves at a crossroads. Luna, emboldened by Electra's misstep, might decide to go on the offensive. There's a possibility that she could counter Electra's threats with some of her own, or perhaps make bold predictions about her future with Will that would undoubtedly unsettle her rival. This confrontation has set the stage for a battle of wills between these two strong-willed women. The coming days will likely see them engaging in a complex dance of strategy and manipulation as they vie for Will's affections and attempt to outmaneuver each other. Hope Logan's emotional turmoil. While Luna and Electra's rivalry takes center stage, Hope Logan finds herself grappling with her own emotional upheaval. The recent events at Forrester Creations have left her feeling betrayed and abandoned by those she thought she could trust. A double betrayal. Hope's world was turned upside down when she was unceremoniously ousted from Forrester Creations. However, what stings even more than losing her position is the perceived betrayal by her mother, Brooke Logan, and her friend, Carter Walton. Their decision to stand by as Hope was removed from the company has left deep emotional scars. The recent showdown between Hope and Brooke, while ending in tears and a hug, did little to truly heal the rift between mother and daughter. Hope's apology, while heartfelt, was merely a band-aid on a much deeper wound. The resentment and hurt continued to simmer beneath the surface, threatening to boil over at any moment. A pity party for one. As Hope struggles to come to terms with recent events, she finds herself throwing what can only be described as a pity party. Alone with her thoughts, she replays the moments of betrayal over and over in her mind, each recollection adding fuel to the fire of her discontent. The weight of her emotions is palpable as she grapples with feelings of abandonment and isolation. The realization that Brooke and Carter essentially sided with the Forresters in this conflict has left Hope questioning who she can truly rely on in her time of need. A ray of hope, Deacon Sharp. In these dark moments, an unlikely source of comfort may emerge for Hope. Her father, Deacon Sharp, could prove to be the support system she desperately needs. Despite his checkered past, Deacon has shown a genuine desire to be there for his daughter. This situation could provide an opportunity for Hope and Deacon to strengthen their bond. As Hope opens up about her feelings of betrayal and hurt, Deacon may offer a unique perspective that helps her navigate this emotional minefield. The ripple effect. The events unfolding between Luna, Electra, and Hope are not occurring in isolation. Their actions and emotions are likely to have far-reaching consequences that will impact other characters in the Bold and the Beautiful universe. Will Spencer, the man in the middle. At the center of Luna and Electra's rivalry stands Will Spencer. As these two women engage in their battle of wills, Will may find himself torn between them. How he navigates this complex situation could have significant implications for his relationships and his future. Will's choices in the coming days will be crucial. Will he be swayed by Luna's determination and passion? Or will he stand by Electra, possibly out of a sense of loyalty or fear of change? The answers to these questions could reshape the dynamics of several relationships on the show. The Forrester family fallout. Hope's ousting from Forrester Creations and the subsequent fallout are bound to have repercussions within the Forrester family. The decision to remove Hope was likely not made lightly, and the resulting tension could create fissures within the family and the company. As news of Hope's emotional state spreads, it may cause some family members to question whether the right decision was made. This could lead to internal conflicts and power struggles within Forrester Creations, potentially destabilizing the company at a critical time. Looking ahead, a storm on the horizon. As we wrap up today's spoilers, it's clear that the drama in The Bold and the Beautiful is far from over. The confrontation between Luna and Electra has set the stage for a fierce rivalry that could have long-lasting implications. Meanwhile, Hope's emotional journey promises to be a complex and heart-wrenching storyline that will test her relationships and resilience. In the days to come, we can expect to see these storylines develop in unexpected ways. Will Luna's determination pay off, or will Electra's aggressive tactics prove effective? How will Hope navigate her feelings of betrayal, and will her relationship with Deacon provide the healing she needs? One thing is certain, the world of The Bold and the Beautiful is about to be shaken to its core. As alliances shift, rivalries intensify, and emotions run high, the characters we've come to know and love will be tested in ways they never imagined. Next, we will learn about the issues surrounding the Spencer family drama and how Luna's presence is creating ripples that will forever change their dynamics. The Spencer family is about to face an unprecedented challenge that could redefine their relationships forever. When Bill Spencer made the fateful decision to secure Luna's freedom, little did he know he was setting the stage for a complex web of emotions and potential family catastrophe. This seemingly noble act of compassion might soon transform into his greatest regret. The potential family catastrophe. Will Spencer, the youngest son of Bill, has unwittingly become the center of Luna's obsessive attention. Since moving back into the Spencer mansion, Luna has developed an unhealthy fixation on Will, often observed smiling secretively during his conversations and even pacing anxiously while clutching his framed photograph when alone. This behavior eerily mirrors her grandmother Sheila's obsessive tendencies, suggesting that psychological instability might run in their bloodline. The young Spencer heir currently maintains a relationship with Electra, who has expressed hesitation about advancing their physical relationship. This reluctance has created a vulnerability that Luna, with her predatory instincts, immediately recognized and is preparing to exploit. Her brazen approach at Il Giardino, offering herself to Will after overhearing his girlfriend's reservations, demonstrates her lack of boundaries and moral compass. Despite Will's initial disgust and rejection, Luna remains undeterred. Her whispered promise not to give up signals an escalating campaign to win him over, potentially with assistance from her grandmother Sheila, whose manipulative expertise is legendary in Los Angeles circles. Industry insiders suggest this partnership could prove devastating for the unsuspecting Will. The Spencer legacy at risk. Bill Spencer's connection to Luna began innocently enough. Their initial bond formed over shared experiences and similar backgrounds, strengthened by Bill's mistaken belief that Luna might be his biological daughter. This misconception fueled his dreams of being a girl dad, dreams that were painfully shattered when the truth about Luna's paternity emerged. Despite this disappointment, Bill's compassion led him to use his considerable influence to secure Luna's release from incarceration and eventually arrange her full pardon. This generosity, while admirable, may soon become the catalyst for family destruction as Luna's true intentions become increasingly apparent. The psychological analysis of Luna's behavior suggests a calculated strategy to permanently embed herself within the Spencer dynasty. Experts in family dynamics predict that her ultimate goal extends beyond a casual liaison with Will. She likely intends to conceive his child, thereby establishing an unbreakable connection to the Spencer fortune and legacy. Devastating consequences ahead. Should Luna succeed in her apparent scheme to become pregnant with Will's child, the repercussions would reverberate throughout the Spencer family. Katie, Will's mother, would face the horrifying prospect that her grandchild might inherit psychological instabilities from Luna's side of the family. The emotional trauma of watching her son tied forever to a woman with murderous tendencies would be immeasurable. Liam Spencer would likely experience a dual reaction: concern for his younger brother's well-being coupled with resentment toward their father for enabling this situation through his misguided mercy. This could potentially reopen old wounds and create new divisions within the already complicated Spencer family dynamics. The most profound impact would fall on Will himself. Beyond the immediate consequences of betraying Electra, he would face the lifelong challenge of co-parenting with Luna. Furthermore, if he attempts to maintain his relationship with Electra despite Luna's machinations, he might inadvertently place his girlfriend in danger, as Luna has already demonstrated her willingness to eliminate obstacles to her desires. Bill's dream transformed into nightmare. In a cruel twist of fate, Luna's integration into the Spencer family through Will would represent a distorted version of Bill's original wish. While he once hoped to be Luna's father, he might instead become her father-in-law or the grandfather to her child, a connection that comes with none of the joy he had envisioned and all of the complications he never anticipated. The psychological burden on Bill would be substantial. Having facilitated Luna's freedom out of compassion and a misplaced sense of connection, he would be forced to witness the consequences of his actions unfold in real time, powerless to protect his son from a situation he inadvertently created. Industry analysts suggest this storyline represents one of the most complex family dramas in daytime television, exploring themes of misplaced compassion, obsession, manipulation, and the unintended consequences of well-intentioned actions. As viewers, we're left wondering if the Spencer family can survive this impending crisis or if Luna's integration will permanently fracture their bonds. The coming weeks promise intense confrontations, shocking revelations, and perhaps even more dangerous behavior from Luna as she pursues her objective with single-minded determination. The Spencer family stands at a precipice, and Bill's earlier actions may have removed any safety net that might have protected them from the fall. Next, we will learn about the intense drama unfolding between our beloved characters as tensions rise and dangerous connections are revealed. The dangerous family ties. Electra stands alone in the Forrester design office, determination etched across her face as she grabs her handbag and storms out, muttering with fierce conviction, "We are definitely surviving Luna." Her departure marks the end of an intense conversation with Will about Luna's unwelcome advances. Earlier, Will had explained how Luna approached him at Il Giardino after Electra left, making her feelings clear despite his relationship status. "She told me she'd always be there for me, whatever I want, whatever I need," Will had revealed, explaining that Luna had been eavesdropping on their private conversation. Electra's frustration was palpable as she processed this information, exclaiming, "So, basically, she's willing to give you everything I'm not." The young couple's moment of intimacy was interrupted by a text summoning Will to the mailroom, but not before he reassured Electra with a kiss and a promise that nothing would come between them. The young couple's concerns about Luna aren't unfounded, especially considering her newly discovered family connection. Will had reminded Electra that Luna recently learned Sheila Carter is her grandmother, a revelation that adds another layer of danger to an already volatile situation. Despite Il Giardino being the scene of Luna's crimes, she boldly returned there to pursue Will, showing a disturbing lack of remorse or self-awareness. A grandmother's twisted guidance. Meanwhile, in Deacon's apartment, a disturbing bond forms between Sheila and Luna as the notorious grandmother offers comfort to her equally dangerous granddaughter. I believe I was allowed to get away with all the terrible. Because I was meant to be there as your grandmother, Sheila tells Luna, positioning herself as a source of strength rather than acknowledging the gravity of their crimes. Their conversation takes a concerning turn when Luna confides in Sheila about her infatuation with Will Spencer. It's more than a crush, Luna giggles, describing how she would secretly watch him during her house arrest. Sheila's response, "They are out there. I found one," only encourages Luna's inappropriate fixation. The two women laugh together, sharing a disturbing moment of connection over Luna's determination to pursue Will despite his relationship with Electra. Luna complains about Will's prude girlfriend and declares that he needs a real woman, to which Sheila responds with unsettling encouragement, "Someone like my sexy, beautiful granddaughter." Their shared laughter reveals a dangerous alliance forming, one that could spell trouble for many in their orbit. The Cliff House confrontation. At the Cliff House, Steffi, Finn, and Taylor engage in a serious discussion about the threat Luna poses. Steffi expresses her determination to see Luna back in prison where she belongs. She deserves to rot for her crimes, her and her grandmother. Sheila, Steffi declares, her voice filled with justified anger toward the woman who attempted to take her life. When Taylor mentions how it makes her skin crawl thinking about Sheila and Luna being related, adding no offense to Finn, his mind floods with painful memories. He recalls discovering Sheila is his mother, telling Luna he's her father, saving Steffi from the cage, and the traumatic shooting in the alley. These flashbacks highlight the complex web of relationships and trauma that connects them all. Finn reassures his family that he wants nothing to do with either Sheila or Luna. "I hear you. There's definitely no place for Luna in our lives," he tells Steffi, acknowledging the danger Luna represents. The family agrees that Luna's behavior shows the same sociopathic tendencies as Sheila's, with Taylor describing them as two soulless murders. Two peas in a pod. The looming threat. What makes the situation particularly concerning is Finn's insight into Sheila's persistent nature. "Sheila, she never gives up," he explains, revealing that she continues to reach out, wanting access to him and Hayes. This persistence suggests that Luna might adopt similar tactics, creating an ongoing threat to their safety and peace. Steffi's protective instincts are in full force as she expresses her fear that Luna might target someone else. "Who knows what she'll do, or who she'll target next," she says, voicing a concern that hangs heavily in the air. The family's unity in facing this threat demonstrates their strength, but also highlights the seriousness of having both Sheila and Luna free and potentially working together. Bill's complicated role. Bill Spencer's involvement adds another layer of complexity to the situation. Despite arranging Luna's pardon, even he seems to have recognized the danger she poses, as Luna mentions to Sheila that he asked her to leave. This rejection pushes Luna further into Sheila's sphere of influence, creating a dangerous alliance between grandmother and granddaughter. The fact that Luna is now fixating on Will Spencer, Bill's son, creates an additional complication. Her obsession could potentially drive a wedge between father and son, especially if Bill feels responsible for enabling Luna's freedom through the pardon he arranged. A community at risk. As these storylines converge, It's clear that no one is safe from the ripple effects of Luna's release and her connection to Sheila. From the Forresters to the Spencers, from Finn's complex family ties to Will and Electra's young relationship, everyone stands to be affected by the dangerous dynamic forming between Luna and Sheila. The coming days will undoubtedly bring more confrontations, more revelations, and more danger as these characters navigate the treacherous waters created by having two members of the Carter lineage free and determined to pursue their desires, regardless of who gets hurt in the process. Will Steffi succeed in her mission to return Luna to prison? Can Finn maintain his boundaries with both his biological mother and daughter? Will Will and Electra's relationship survive Luna's persistent advances? And perhaps most importantly, what new schemes will Sheila and Luna devise now that they've found strength in each other? The stage is set for explosive confrontations and heartbreaking revelations as these storylines continue to unfold in the drama-filled world of our beloved characters.